Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity 2! And I've just been sat here for the past couple of minutes listening to this tavern music. I love it! It's great, I absolutely love it. Right then, we can't sit here all day and listen to it, there's things to do and all that. God, it's distracting me. So, since the last session, we have levelled Adair up. So, a very quick look at what we've done with him, if we can. You notice a few minor stats. Remember a couple of nights ago on the beach? We had some drink. Fedoran and Adair passing the old bottles around the camp. Yeah, we're still suffering the ill effects of a hangover, apparently. This will go with another rest, I believe. If you rest with food, it goes away after one rest. If you rest without food, it goes after two. So yeah, got to be a bit careful when you have a few drinks. Clouds your judgment. Who would have thought it? So yeah, but anyway, in terms of actually putting points into our skills, we've put a point into athletics and a point into explosives. We've leveled them up twice, and a point into intimidate and a point into, I think it might have been streetwise, possibly, maybe. I see him as a streetwise kind of guy, you know. Knows a thing or two about the word on the street and a few of the sly tricks that are employed by the underhanded types. And intimidate is a main fighter, so he can turn to a bit of intimidation if the need arises. We'll put some points into survival occasionally. His main two are going to be the streetwise and the intimidation side. In terms of his, so yeah, look, ale, -3, all defences, all skills -1, and -10 to health. That's the hangover effect. Yes. So in terms of the abilities that we give him, the two abilities, we have given him Discipline Barrage. So that gives us an aware inspiration for a short time, for 15.8 seconds, and that actually allows us to turn 50% of grazes into hits and +5 to our perception. We've also gone for the fighter stances, which gives us cleaving stance, which gives us yeah, his kills with a melee weapon will trigger an instant full attack on a nearby enemy. So like a free attack on every kill. That's cleaving stance. And we've got the old defender stance, which gives us +3 to engaged enemies, less damage taken per engaged target, so the old defender stance returning. We've also got warrior stance, which is increased accuracy and deflection. Choice of the three, whichever takes our fancy per the occasion. And we have actually got another one, because we've got two, because we did level up a power level. We've got 15% to damage with two-handed weapons, because we are going to go for a two-handed tank build. For a change, rather than the old sword and shield, sword and board, we're going to try a two-handed weapon tank here. So that'll be kind of somewhat different. With Fedoran, he gained a power level also. We have gone for continuing down the same line and getting the spells that he commonly used in the first game, or started with in the first game, getting those done and dusted. So we've gone for Fleet Feet, Thrust of Tattered Veils. So they're the two additional spells we've got for his level up. Again, he went up a power level, so got two. So the old Fleet Feet, running away when required. I think we've been making a lot of use of that with Fedoran. And Thrust of Tattered Veils, the interrupt ability. This attack cannot miss. So a good interrupting spell. Right, so that's the level ups. We've rested, we have slept. It is now 6 AM. So we are ready to rock and roll. We've sold some stuff to the barkeep, And now we're ready to head out into the town and see what we need to see. See what's going down in the port.
I hate talking to you.
Okay. So it's a morning. A decent enough day. It's not raining at least. So let's just have a moot cheese. And Fedora not one wanting to be seen by any fellow Valians dipping into local, into barrels, scavenging and scrounging like some lowlife. So I'm just asking Adair to do it.
What do you need?
Oh. Ah. I think we have just stumbled across Fedoran's favourite tipple. A man after my own heart, it seems, for he's partial to a spot of rum. Distilled from fresh sugarcane or molasses, rum is a ubiquitous with wayfarers and sailors. While it is considered respectable to dilute this spiced liquor with water, it is often enjoyed straight from the bottle. Straight from the bottle for Fedoran, I think you might find. Yes, there's rum in this game, and Fedoran is a connoisseur.
Hmm?
You think it's smart, giving the Juan all these guns?
Why not?
Well, just... they might use them?
On each other, most likely.
Interesting.
Yeah? Hey.
They're continuing to dip into the barrels. In the hope of finding more rum now.
Yeah? Hmm?
So whilst we're exploring this...
the coral.
No contest.
What? Just because you have webbed fingers and I can't swim?
You are a strange man.
couple of sailors.
Hey.
Don't mind us, folks. Perhaps just...
What do you need?
Rinko is in a bad way.
Don't see why not.
Who's Rinko when he's at home? Oh, it's I just noticed it's just starting to rain as well. How miserable. Never mind.
Eh?
Right, so somebody's selling fish, apparently.
Yeah? Sure.
I have many fish here to trade. I caught them myself.
I like her voice. There's a Our Lady grinning proudly. Okay, so she's selling a bit of fish. Silverfin, hagfish, bit of fire kelp, cuttlefish. Could come in handy for some recipes.
Yeah.
If we fancy turning our hand to a bit of
No
cookery.
problem.
At this moment in time, perhaps not quite. Plus, why buy hagfish when there's plenty lying around in the local barrels? Right, some tart loaf. What is that? A simple flatbread made from rice. Looks like chapatis. Very tasty. Repair supplies. Okay, that's probably for the ship.
Got it. Leave it to me.
Most of the postings offer various goods for trade. A crude drawing apparently on of the governor as well. Bit of graffiti.
Yeah.
Ado, begging your pardon for the mess, sir. We are still recovering from the storm. We have supplies here for the paying customer. Provisions for the road, perhaps?
Yes, let's take a look, shall
Have
we?
a look.
Thank you. Ado indeed. Of course, the Valian greeting. So, repair supplies, medical supplies. Oh, this is the ship stocks, it looks like. A strange tablet. What is that? Interesting. Makes me think I might want to buy that. Why would she have a strange tablet here if it's not useful? May come back to this. Deathmore helmet. I've got some antidote. Immunity to poison. A battle-worn grimoire. We've got Slicken. We're planning on getting Chill Fog, but if we have this grimoire, we might be able to hold off on Chill Fog. Minor Blights, that's pretty useful. Concussive Missiles is on the list also. Chain Lightning's good. This is not a bad grimoire. This could quite be. This is pretty decent. It's 500, right? We've got 1600. Ring of Minor Deflection. We'll leave that for now. I don't think Fedoran. We'll bear it in mind for now. I mean, I'm imagining in the battlefield, you take down a few mages. Grimoires won't be that difficult to find. But it does contain some spells that we do want, and if we get this, it will allow us not to purchase them with our skill points and focus on other things instead. But yeah, we'll bear that in mind for now. Also, we'll do a complete lap of the town, and then make our plans as to what we might wish to purchase.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alteria. We may return.
No problem.
In fact, I can almost guarantee that we will return.
A spy, no doubt about it.
Quite the dramatic entrance for a spy.
Royal Deadfire Company works with all types.
On a Deerwood ship, they don't have the imagination.
Greetings! Fedoran shouting up the steps. Knowing full well they're talking about him and watching them try to busy themselves and act as if they weren't.
Hey.
Lager. Port Maje jail. I don't know why we would want to be going into the jail with the run-down types. I think we might just poke our head in there. Why not? Don't think we'll stay long. Oh dear. She doesn't sound very happy.
Yes? What is it I can do for you?
The watch commander looks you up at you after her listless greeting, and you notice that she has a dark bruise around one eye. What's happened? Your eye looks very sore.
What happened? I showed the drunken fool more patience and respect than he deserved, and he struck me without warning.
Sientere, Savia. You know that I was aiming for Darmo's pretty face.
Rum Dum Rigueur. Interesting name.
Something you wanted?
I just wondered how things are around here.
We lost no one to the storm, but many homes have been damaged, and the people are terrified of this giant the scouts reported. It is chaos, pure and simple, but things might have been far worse.
I see. There doesn't seem to be many guards here.
We are stretched thin. The storm speaker did much to help, but much of the town has flooded. Now we are awash in homeless citizens and stranded merchants, to say nothing of the cultists out there. Now I have Ilari's people making trouble up on Gorechi Street. His little gang is looting everything they can get their hands on, and the Bozzo kicks up his heels like a prince.
Very in turn for the penis. Right.
Lucky for you that I'm around. I humbly offer my services. Let me out and I will bring you this Ilari's teeth.
Shut it, Rigere.
Perhaps I can go and speak to this Ilari.
Kue, I cannot say it would not be welcome, but you are only recently arrived, and not I here by choice. Why do this?
Well, Well, for one valiant to another, if there's trouble afoot, I don't mind lending a hand.
I wish more felt as you do. I might get a full night's rest. Gorechi Street is in the western part of town. Just walk until you hit water. We don't need a bloodbath. I'm sure there's a peaceful solution to resolve this. I'd appreciate your looking for it.
Well, it's lucky for you, Dare here can attest that I am capable of talking down many a man. It just happened last night in the tavern, in fact. I'm sure I'll have them eating out of the palm of my hands. Restoring order. Travel to Korechi Street and see if we can convince Ilari to keep the noise down. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a little bit of a reward for helping. Monetary reward, that is, and we can put that towards our grimoire fund, eh?
Got it.
So this is the governor's estate. We kind of looked around that. Is it over here? I mean, this is the western part of town. Is it suggesting here? Fishmonger. These don't look like raucous types, do they? No, this is east, right? Sorry. This is west. Getting confused. I always get my east and my wests mixed up. Right, fine. Okay, so we have the market stalls here. Let's take a quick look at some of the vendors, see what they're selling.
Yeah?
Here you find civilization, amigo. But outside these walls, the jungle will eat you alive.
Amico meaning friend, of course.
That is, unless you prepare yourself, ne?
So ne is a variant term for no. Now on that tablet that we saw at the shopkeeper over on the port side, that was in the tablet. So we might buy that tablet. It could well be something to do with some sort of Valian history, maybe, or something.
A wise and
So this is the armor merchant. Oh, and swords as well, and you know, weapons, I should say. We are in the offing for a two-handed weapon, and Adair doesn't have one, so we're gonna. It's only 50 coins. It's pretty cheap. So with the one I have in mind actually is an S-stock. S-stocks are pretty good for penetration, and if we can get a very high penetration with Adair, with a suitably high enough penetration, you deal an extra 30% damage to the opponent. So I'm kind of interested in an S-stock two-handed type build. So I think 70 coins on an S-stock will be money well spent. So we've got some potions. It's got quite a few things, hasn't it? So it's got some weapons, essence interrupter, a two-handed bow. How nice. 12,000 coin. Not so nice at the moment. Shattered vengeance. Valiant clothing. Bit too simple for Fedoran's liking, though. Swordsman's braces. It's pretty nice. Psyche Physica's belt. Healing and alchemy. Could be a priesty type thing. Some potions of minor healing. Scroll of minor healing. They're pretty useful also. Okay. Right. 200 it is. Okay. Right. So S-stock for Adair.
Okay.
Pleasure doing business with you, sir.
Sure.
Okay, so he's not a vendor, which is fine.
Yeah?
Right.
You have to do something. Any of us could be next.
Oh? I cannot imagine who might wish to harm you, Mestre.
Captain Dama, now somebody over on the port side also mentioned something that's happened to Rinko. Didn't sound very good, so let's just maybe do a little bit of investigation here.
Per complanka. Don't tell me you're here to complain too. The virus. Are they recruiting right off of the docks? You would think the Juana were storming the Kraken's Eye as we speak.
Yes, I just wondered what's going on.
A fight, Mestre. One of the Juana women attacked a merchant. He has come out the worse for it.
Jerks his thumb toward the door.
Now every nationale in town wets himself in terror of losing his coin to the Aumaua. We would bring in the thief, but Clario would not have us march into the village and defend Ikawa.
Nosy person. Okay, so there's been a bit of an assault.
Much longer, and I do not think any of us will have a choice in the matter. If you wanted the details of it, speak to Rinko himself. He will delight in telling you the tale.
Is that so? Well, perhaps we will head in and speak with this Rinko.
Yeah? No problem.
So somebody sat on the floor here.
Yeah.
The child?
Mama brings me stuff from her work sometimes. Real old stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Rinko lying in bed, ill or injured. Injured, we think, of course, after an alleged assault.
Who's there?
Yeah?
Tori, is that you? Wait, who are you?
The figure in the bed is a young Valian man. The first thing you notice is that he seems to have been severely beaten. One eye is nearly swollen shut, and where his skin is revealed, it is a patchwork of livid bruises. He groans and winces as he props himself up, glaring up at you with one good
I know
eye.
exactly how he feels. And I beat up a lot of folks just the same way.
That is why you're with me, Adair.
Come to laugh? Madeko, this would not have stood in Ozia.
He yanks at the bedsheet, trying to cover himself. Yes, what happened?
These Juana. They are an unreasonable people. I was enjoying a night of cards when one of them attacked me, out of nowhere.
I find it hard to believe. He's thinking this in his head, Fedoran. I find it hard to believe that he was just attacked without any good reason.
I had not spoken a word to her, the mad devil. Look what she did to me. My ear.
He turns his head and you see that there is a scabbed over notch where a chunk of flesh has been torn away from his left ear.
When the fighting is over, she takes my coin purse and strides away, bold as anything.
Oh, how awful. Yeah, again, crossing his mind.
Well, clearly you have more compassion than the host of cackling fools that watched the whole thing. The governor lets the Juana do as they please, and this is the result. I should be out there, helping to find our people. My wife, Zenetta, she is out there, and I...
Oh.
Listen, I am without other means. She took my coin purse, my wages. How am I to pay the governor? How am I to feed my son?
His bruised, purpled face reddening further.
That woman should be in the stocks. The guards do nothing. But you've heard me out at least. Do me the kindness of retrieving that coin purse, and I will give you what I can spare.
Yes, well, Fedoran feels like all these little odds and sods, these little tasks he's accumulating might just well go towards making him a name around here. Ah, yes, and all of these tasks just involve a little bit of talking. How straightforward. Yes, well, perhaps I can reason with this woman. Where should I start?
They call her Mokeha. I imagine she's back in her village, feeling proud of herself, no doubt. Follow the road as it bends north. Then west. You can't miss it. A pile of sticks and straw.
Sagging back into his mattress. Yeah, there's obviously another side to this story, and Fedoran will seek it out and then make his decision. I mean, not one to side against a fellow Valian, willy-nilly, but I find it hard to believe that somebody's just beaten up in the street for no good reason.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, the Juana woman was a thug and a robber. Could well have been. Right, so the west. I wonder if it's external. I wonder if you have to actually leave the town to find this other Gorichi street, maybe? It's not quite so clear. Anyway, restoring order. This is, yes, travel to Gorichi Street. The western part of Port Maje. So that's in the Juana village northwest of Port Maje. So if we go to the map, there is a way up here, a transition point, so we might just see where that takes us. Right, but we'll keep an eye in this particular part of, this is the western part of town, so we'll keep an eye out just in case there is something going on here. Now there is something going on here, a gathering of people.
Accept the light, and you shall be redeemed.
A woman shouts, arms raised high and wide. In each hand she grips a golden candle. The flames gutter wildly as she gestures to the crowd before her. The missionary holds a candle to drip wax in the shape of 3 stars on the forehead of each kneeling worshipper. One of them stumbles back, swiping the hot wax from his skin.
Sefutito, Madicchio, I did not sign up to be burned.
Sefutito. Oh dear, let's just carry on watching. The priestess trembles her arms, face pinched with disappointment. In the warm sea breeze from the port, loose strands of her sun-streaked hair whip about her head like a living halo.
This flame is not for purification. It is for illuminating the darkness. Sanctification comes only as a result of your journey. But the light will guide your way.
She tilts her face toward the sky. Eyes shut, she drags a shaky hand to dribble wax across her own brow.
Aethys has returned at last.
Oh.
But it's not too late to redeem ourselves.
Interesting. Fedoran's ears pricking up.
As surely as my fingers are webbed, I tell you, gone, never left.
Sakes alive, Wanglis. Ain't we got more pressing matters to attend to than a baptism?
Arms crossed over her chest, the shorter, duskier woman watches the ritual with an ornery sort of expression, her delicate chin jutted up.
We just missed one of the biggest reapings of all time. What about the souls that need us?
As she steps forward, she reaches for a peculiar-looking lantern strapped to her hip.
Do not push me on this, you wayward child. You'd leave the living forlorn to service the dead?
Rather than discouraging the other Dawnstar, the accusation seems to kindle a stubbornness inside her. Shoulders set, she grins.
Here, I'll light 'em all at once.
Metal clanking, she sways an eerily lit lantern in an intricate pattern before her. The priestess bites her lip, swinging harder and faster. Lithe arms hurtling the weapon with a deceptively hidden strength until she thrusts it hard out toward the crowd, splattering everyone with wax. All over his newly acquired Valian clothes, wiping a glob from his shoulder.
Now that we're right with our God, can we please see about helping the people I dreamed died? Those souls ain't gonna reap themselves.
Her words catching her throat as she turns, spotting you in the for the first time.
I'm guessing you're not here for the baptism.
Yes, I couldn't help but hear that you have dreamed of people that died.
Sure did. I get those kind of dreams sometimes. The ones that turn out true. Nightmares, more like. Terrors that come true.
She rubs a palm over the back of her neck.
Had him since I was a little girl on the farm. Guess Gone was speaking to me even then.
Some of our brethren suffer from these visions more than others, while some of us, favorably, have none at all.
It ain't a curse. It's a blessing. A mark of the divine.
So what's going on here?
It's madness, right? Who'd have thought a giant green statue might storm through the port?
At the memory, her pupils gobble up the warm brown of her eyes, and the remaining darkness gleams wickedly.
I did. I dreamed it for months, again and again, and night and day, until I pushed the others to come here. We told the governor, but he wouldn't evacuate on account of me, not knowing exactly when our god might arrive.
No one believed it. But how could we know?
Well, this is interesting because she sounds like she could be useful here. She saw this happening in her dreams previously. Interesting. She's having these kind of dreams. Perhaps she could dream up where he's gone next, for instance. So yeah, we're actually looking for this Adra statue, this big, inhabited by Eothas.
I knew it!
She clenches her grip on the sickle in her right hand.
Gone's been calling me here. Left the breadcrumbs in my dreams. I need to get inland. If you're going, I could help you. Swear on my soul.
Inland? And why would you wish to go inland?
There are souls needing their last rites. I ought to shine them the light, else they might get lost.
Oh, Fedoran was hoping she was going to say that that's where the statue is right now, but it's okay.
Enough nonsense, Jyoti. No one knows if anyone's even died. You've no business going in there, risking your own safety, risking our mission.
Mission?
Wingleth, you guide the living and I guide the dead. Gone bids it and I dreamed it. Leave it be. We all serve our purposes. So what's yours?
Well, I am a watcher, so I too have an interest in the souls of the dead.
So you can see souls? That's a handy talent to have. I know my harvesting would benefit from it. And here you are, following my god.
And yes, another Eothasian person.
Watcher, will you take me with you?
Well, there you go. I think it's a no-brainer, isn't it? I think her dreams, at the very least, will come in handy. She's a priestess, apparently, which we're going to need a priest in the party. Poor old, what's his face? Mr. Magran. What's he called now? Durance, no longer with us. Yes, you know what? Fine proposition. I'd enjoy a company of a priestess, and yes, your talents could well come in handy in my little quest.
I know an offer rare as hen's teeth when I hear it. Yeah, I'm taking it.
She beams brightly.
You won't regret this.
Oh, she steals a shy glance at Adair. Oh, here we go. Oh, dear.
Hey.
He half nods without looking in Jyoti's direction. He seems suddenly focused on something in the distance. Oh boy, here we go. A tad too eagerly, she saunters close beside you.
At least take care, child. Come back to us in one piece. If not for my sake, then Samhain's.
The older priestess sighs, shaking
So don't
her
tell
head.
her. What the High Priestess doesn't know won't hurt her.
She waves her brethren a curt parting. And there we go! Assist Jyoti's efforts to shepherd lost souls through the Deadfire. Companion conversations, what's that about? So, okay. Oh, Adair wants to speak to us. Oh, does he now? He's got an admirer, we couldn't help but notice. Right, okay. So, we can go priest with her. We could go monk with her, or we could go priest and monk. I don't know how many priests are in the game, and a priest, like a fighter, or any tank really, is probably going to be quite a necessary character class. So we need healing at some point, and buffs. So we'll go priest. This cannot be changed, unfortunately. So if we do want a monk at some point in the future, we may have to look out for another one or create our own. But yeah, I'm certainly thinking a priest is more important right now. So again, sticking with a single class for the pre-made characters, multi-classing with a couple of created ones. Well, you can preview the trees if we wish, but no, we'll go with it. And she's ready to level up, which we'll hang fire on for now. Right, you have something you wish to get off your chest?
The children of the Dawn Stars. I wondered if we'd run into them down here.
Okay, so the children of the Dawn Stars then. Red Seren followers of Eothas who have travelled to the Deadfire as migrant workers in the decades following the Saints' War. Lacking colonies of their own, they can be found in the employ of the Valian Trading Company or the Royal Deadfire Company. Okay.
There's someone I used to know. Just an old friend. Came out here to settle with them last I heard. Maybe we should ask around. See if she's still out here. Might be she can help us.
Just a friend, huh?
She was back of her neck, clearly uncomfortable. You've just joined us, my dear. Put your tongue in. How did you know this woman?
Oh, well, both grew up in Gilded Vale, same temple.
Are your cheeks red, Adair?
All right. We used to, you know. She was real loud, too. Used to have to cover her mouth or she'd get the dog howling in the next room.
Jyoti's face mottles bright red and she turns away, hands covering her eyes. I see. I see. I get the picture.
I knew you'd understand. You're gonna like her. I got a good feeling.
Find someone who might know Adair's friend. Okay, so we get a little... I've kept this on for now, and I think it might prove to be useful so that we can kind of look at what order to do our quests, but this is the difficulty marker. So these quests are quite high, at least 4 levels higher than our current quest. So we might have to just hold off those. But the Lantern of Gorn assisting Jyoti. That'll happen as we kind of progress, I reckon. The Lighted Path is an Adair quest. So we've got to find one of Adair's childhood sweethearts. Now, who on earth would we talk to about that? We might as well start with Wenglyph.
Yeah? You watch over her, you hear? That's one of ours whose fate you've taken into your hands.
Oh, she's in very safe hands, I quite assure you.
For God's sake, I don't need Nanny and Wenglyph. I've reaped more with my 2 hands than you'll dream in a lifetime.
And you've pride in that? Do you see why she needs guarding? You must shield her light. Do not let her lose it or her life. Do you seek a blessing from the light?
No, I don't seek a blessing, but I'm looking for someone who may have came this way a few years ago.
If it's a fellow missionary you seek, then you might talk with Nordegand at the temple in Neketaka. She's been around a while. Knows more of us than most anyone else.
Neketaka. A great and ancient city. So old that its foundations are said to predate the Great Huana Cataclysm of legend. Okay. So the temple in Nekataka it is then.
You got something you want to tell me? Got it.
The place rolls off the tongue. Alright. So I'm not really seeing... We've done a full lap of the place now. I'm not really seeing this street. Gorchi Street, was it? Not seeing it. So I think it's a I think we're going to have to transition. There might be more districts to Port Maje. So let's just take a quick peek down here. Aha! There is. So we get a nice little thing up here. Look at that. Port Maje, colonial port town, 3,200 population. Gives us the religions here, the imports and the exports. It's kind of cool. So Satahuzi, that's the Huana's village, I think. Supply, look at that. Leave town on foot. Oh, so we can actually just buy supplies that we need for any journeys here directly. Gorechi Street, just a stone's throw away. Alright. Well, it's about 42 minutes into the session, so I think what we'll do is we'll end it here, but in the next one we shall be heading out to Gorechi Street, a new district in this town, see what we can see what we can stumble across, and ultimately we are looking to do a bit of our silver-tongued magic to try and convince some kind of a lout to calm the hell down. So, yes, until then... See you soon.